What if I told you that the biggest fundraising problem facing most nonprofits isn't finding new donors? It's losing the ones they already have. In fact, many organizations spend enormous amounts of time and money attracting first time donors, only to watch them quietly disappear after their very first gift. Why does that happen? And more importantly, how can you turn first time donors into lifelong mission partners? Let's talk about it. Hello, I'm Guy Williams, founder of Community Lifters. For nearly 5 decades, I've worked with organizations ranging from struggling businesses to growing nonprofits and ministries. And I've discovered something that surprises many leaders. The organizations with the healthiest fundraising programs aren't necessarily the ones attracting the most donors. They're often the ones doing the best job keeping them. Today, I'll share 7 practical strategies that can dramatically increase donor retention and help transform one time givers into long term champions of your mission. Point 1: Gratitude must be immediate. The first opportunity to lose a donor happens immediately after they give. Many organizations send a generic receipt and move on, but donors want to know that their gift mattered. A prompt thank you email is good. A handwritten note is better. A personal phone call can be unforgettable. People may give because they believe in the mission, but they stay when they feel valued by the people behind it. Here's something most nonprofit leaders never realize: donors don't stop giving because they stop caring. They stop giving because they stop feeling connected. And that disconnect usually happens long before the donor ever leaves. The good news? It's completely preventable. Point 2: Connect donors to the mission. People don't give because organizations need money. They give because they want to make a difference. Instead of constantly talking about budgets and programs, tell stories. Show the family that was helped. Share the testimony of a life that was changed. Celebrate the volunteer who made an impact. Statistics inform people, stories move people, and move people stay engaged. Point 3: Show impact frequently. One of the strongest predictors of future giving is whether donors clearly understand the results of their generosity. Never assume they know. Tell them, show them, celebrate victories both large and small. The more tangible the impact becomes, the more donors begin to see themselves as participants in the mission rather than simply contributors to it. Point 4: Invite participation beyond giving. The strongest supporters often begin as donors but become much more. Invite them to volunteer, ask them to pray, encourage them to attend events, give them opportunities to see the mission firsthand. When people experience the work personally, their commitment deepens. Many of your future major donors, ambassadors, and board members are already sitting in your donor database today. Point 5: Communicate when you don't need money. This may be the most overlooked principle of all. If donors only hear from you when you're asking for money, they'll eventually feel like an ATM. Healthy relationships require communication without an agenda. Share stories, provide updates, celebrate wins, express gratitude, build trust before you ask for support. In conclusion, the Apostle Paul frequently thanked believers not merely for their gifts, but for their partnership in advancing the gospel. In Philippians 1:5, he writes, because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. That's the mindset every faith based nonprofit should adopt. Donors are not transactions. They are partners. They are co laborers. They are fellow participants in the mission God has entrusted to your organization. And when you begin treating first time donors like long term partners, you'll discover something remarkable. Retention increases, trust deepens, and your mission becomes stronger for years to come. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with another nonprofit or ministry leader. Together, we can build healthier organizations that create lasting impact for God's glory and the good of our communities. Until then, keep your focus on the mission.